Low battery. Low battery, low battery, low battery. Yeah. Whatever. That just come on just for a little bit, not a long one, because like I said, I'm tired. But I'm getting the sniffles. Always get it around this time. Hi from London, oh. I haven't even been watching, you know. You can get bogged down with the same old stuff sometimes. Just, you know, I'll be looking, but hey ho. Yeah, I'm getting a bit of the sniffle, so I'm drinking. It's really nice actually. A herbal tea, a flowery tea, I should say, that I made my own. Don't know if you can see. No, I didn't watch The Bodyguard, but I know there's stuff in it. I don't watch telly. I read and stuff and make things and stuff like that, but I was telling my mum, do you mean the programme on TV? I was telling my mum, oh, there's stuff in that, you know. It's meant to be high, it's meant to be like, you know, it's the Prime Minister and, yeah, you know. But it smells really nice, and it is, this is nice for when you go to bed. It is orange and chamomile flowers and lavender flowers. Yeah, I didn't watch it because I'm getting the sniffles, but that's probably why I feel tired. Hi, I just thought I'd come on for a bit because the chat I wanted to do is going to be a long one, so I don't know if I'll save that for tomorrow or weekend. But I went to the charity shop. UN Speechless. Well, I've not seen much today, but I saw POTUS's speech. Boom, 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 boom. And I believe, oh, it's on 18. I believe Theresa May is she gone to see Trump, has she? She visiting Trump. That's all I'm gonna say, people. Yeah, they're still carrying on. Thank you. They're still carrying on with the old cab thing, aren't they? You know, but we all know it's a load of waffle, waffle. I don't even know. I was just making a name up there. Yeah. This is chamomile, honey. It has got honey in it. Honey. What did I say? Lavender and orange tea for Farage, which I made myself. Yeah, I like Farage. You know, people have got the different things about him, but I think there's a method in the madness there. Theresa May is an evil, yes, she is an evil lizard woman who can't dance. Thank you. But I was going to talk about, yes, my hair's naturally curly anyway. It's just I don't wear it. I keep meaning to leave it curlier. All dressed up tonight, Dolly. No, this is just me. This is how I normally am every day anyway. It's just the way I am. Yeah, a little peppermint. It normally works. And last time I got a cold, I started taking hemp oil. And it cleared up pretty quickly, actually. Oh, she dances great. Oh, my God. But I went to the charity shop because this sort of does go into the talk that I want to do. Maybe I'll save it for this weekend or Friday or weekend because I think it's going to be a long one because of all this stuff that's going on with all the disclosure that's coming out and all this spiritual stuff, which I'm into anyway. And if anyone has ever followed me from the beginning, I've always been spiritual and I was into different things, which I'm still in, but just maybe not called that name, which I bet you can't guess. But I'll tell you in a minute. Hiya, hi. So I went to the charity shop because I thought, it was that thought again, you know, thought. And I thought, I need to go to the charity shop because I've got a feeling again there's going to be some interesting books in there. Again, because I need to get a good stock in. My shelf's getting bigger for winter because, like I said, I don't watch TV because it bores me. And obviously, we know it's full of lies and all their propaganda, so I just don't watch it. I've just lost my page. So that was one of the ones I found the other day. Triskelion, The Gathering, you know, the alien one. So that's quite interesting. And I sort of read books and put them down and then pick another one up. So I sort of don't read one all the way through. I sort of have a few on the go, which is probably a bit confusing, but hi. But today, it was 5 books for £1, and I thought, right, because the thing is, if you get them from the charity shop, yeah, I'm like a squirrel, and I'm saving them for winter, cozy nights in with the candles on, and that's all nice. Hot chocolate. So, and the thing is, yeah, bargain, 5 for £1, and then if you don't want them, you can take them back to charity shop and just get some more, 5 for £1. And I like older books as well. So I go in, and the first one I saw was this one. Hi, and I thought, oh, this looks a bit interesting, you know. And I read the back, and it's called, I think it's Artemis Fowl, which was, if internet rumours are to be believed, he responses, for every major crime of a new century. If you haven't heard of young Artemis, you're lucky. You'll sleep better not knowing that someone like him is out there. But if you must know, if curiosity is eating away at you, as it did me, then let's start at the beginning. And then it just said, and then it said, because this will sort of go into one of my chats. In this, the story of Artemis first encountered with the fairy people. You'll find out how he hatched a plot to restore his family's fortune. You'll read how he discovered a world below ground, you know, that below ground, of armed and dangerous fairies, farting dwarfs, and mind-blowing technology, you know, books, films, putting stuff out there. And you'll learn how kidnapping Captain Holly Short of the Lower Elements Police, Artemis almost triggered a cross-species war. Species war. That's coming to mind with a few things. Fairies, they say elements. Elements are coming to mind with something I want to talk about a weekend, because it's energies and different elements and different dimensions. I'm going to go down that road again. So that was quite interesting. Yeah. And then consciousness and all that. And then I saw this one and I was like, oh, what's this one? The Power of 5. Evil Star. I thought, hearing a lot about different planets at the minute, and Saturn, which I want to talk about as well on this big chat I'm going to do, and different things. Yes, like my son would say. What was this one? This one said, yeah, snotty nose. After defeating the old ones at Raven's Gate, Matt Freeman thought he could get on with his life, but someone has other ideas. Far away in Peru, a second gate is about to open. A second what? Stargate? Sounds a bit Stargate-ish to me. Yeah, I've got that book as well, don't worry. To open. Only Matt has the power to stop the forces of darkness breaking through. But now they know about him. This time they're going to destroy him first. So that was a bit yo. That was a bit interesting. Sounds a bit like a Stargate and some stuff, you know. People are talking about, you know, us lot in the conspiracy world. Then I found this one, The Magicians, and I thought, that's sort of like one I want to talk about soon. And what did this say on the back? Something about the envelope and the mysteries manuscript. You know, those manuscripts. It contains leads to secret world of obsession and privilege, a world of freedom and power. Sound like anything? And for a while, it's a world that seems to answer all Quentin's desires, but cannot last. And when it's finally shattered, a bit like what's happening now, I think, Quentin is drawn into something darker and far more dangerous than anything he could ever have expected. So that sounds like a good one. 7U Watch. Milky Way. Then I saw this one. It's an old book. I just had to pick it up. Nostradamus. Yes, the Nostradamus prophecies of present times. And then this big book, because this woman went in the shop, she said, God, that's a big book. I went, well, you know, I don't watch telly. I probably won't understand it. And it's pretty big. And something else I want to talk about. The Road to Reality, you know, because I do actually research people. A Complete Guide to the Physical Universe. Hi. And I thought, woo. And I did look in it and I was like, whoa. Flipped through a few pages and, oh, where was it now? Is it this book? I don't know. It's got a lot of, sort of, where is it? Symbols and this one took my fancy because I will be talking about it. Yeah, like Notre Dame. This one. See the triangles there? But the elements, air, earth, fire and water, which is the thing that I do want to talk about at some point. The Notre Dame one, I flicked through it. I just thought I'd just have a quick nose, you know, at the at the prophecies. And it said, you know, the millennium. And I just thought the page it landed on, where I put a little paper clip, says, does this sound like anything familiar? References to the juvenation of Israel as a political entity is. A new law will occupy a new land around Syria, Judea, I think it's Judea, and Palestine. The great barbarian empire will be shattered. Is that the regime? Before the century of Phoebe is finished. Well, I was like, what's this saying here? Says a lot in there. I was like, ooh. So those books were shouting at me in the charity shop. Hi. Going along with my tea, I did get this book ages ago. It's not from a charity shop, just to chuck it in there. Yes, exactly. Infuse, where you can make your own herbal teas, because that is sort of another thing I want to talk about, which you'll get in a minute, which is to do with this. And don't be scared of the symbol on the front, people. You know, this symbol. Depends what it means to people. I got this ages ago. This was the Encyclopedia of Magical Ingredients, and all it really is you can look up like garlic and it'll just say in it the ruler. It'll tell you the ruler of the planet of that food, what plant it is, and like the magical, you know, things about, like, people use it in medicine, don't they? Garlic when you've got a cold, I think, as well. I think I've ate raw garlic when I've had a cold. Stuff like that. Nothing to be scared about. Also, this book I got ages ago isn't from the charity shop, but this is one of the things I'm going to bring up, because if you follow Q, you know, there is certain words that pop up about people, especially like Hillary and Humour, is it? I always forget what her name is. And Maria Baranovich. I can't remember what her name is. The which is I've had this for a very long time. Don't be scared, people. The Book of Shadows for the New Generation, Solitary Witch by Sylvia Ravencroft. Really good book. Has all the Brahma bitch, I call her. She's from the Dark Occult, remember though, people. Where is it? And it shows you, well, maybe it doesn't. Well, it does. You know, it shows you all about different symbols and different things, and you know, you see that a lot, don't you? Interesting. Hi. And I am going to talk about that, that thing at weekend, because, well, where's the other book I had? I'd more say, if that is upside down, that is what they worship. The other way around, totally different. Totally different. I don't know. Go on, tell me. I probably won't get it. I am going to do a talk on spirituality. All the stuff I was talking about the other day. Energy is what we are. And spirituality as in that sort of, the occult sort of stuff, if that's what people call it. I don't call it that. I just sort of call it the wise ways, because I think they're quite oldie wise ways, as I'm talking about witchy stuff, which probably sounds a bit mental. Beam me up, Scotty. This planet stinks of Satan. Oh, yeah, or Saturn. Which a lot of people are talking about Saturn at the minute, and it's very interesting if you don't know the symbol of it and how they use it and all that. That is flying around the internet at the minute, and everyone's talking about, and I do want to talk about. Oh no, it is anyway. But I want to talk about spirituality in that sort of way where you can call it a bit witchy. Because if anyone's seen my other videos from way back, I was into all that stuff, and I still am. But I don't really talk about it because it's like sort of what we are. We are our own creators, you know. I like any books. Mostly, funnily enough, it's always been the fantasy, sci-fi, alien, witchy, something like that, spiritual stuff. Because I am more than Q. I do a lot of things. I create stuff. I'm into all sorts of different stuff. I'm not just into one thing. I like to, like I said, expand my thinking. And to me, I will talk about this sort of stuff because I think it needs talking about, because there's a lot of flying around that some people are scared of it. Some people think people are evil that follow it. But there are, because there's always two sides to a coin. So if there's, I don't really say a cult, but if that's what you want to call it, there's always light and dark. So it's like politicians, you know, one's good, one's bad, or whatever you want to say. There's always good and bad people. You know, I'm sure if there are aliens, then there's good and bad. There's always good and bad to everything. So, 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 I don't want people thinking that. I know a lot of people who are into that on YouTube, and people that I've met as well, and they are lovely, lovely people. And I don't think they should shout stuff out about it that it means it's evil, because not all of it is. Depends what side you're on. You know, there's what people are calling, what people are calling right and the left. You know, which side is, you know, good or bad, that we like to say. Those of us on the right are not saying it's right because we're right. It's, I mean, look at America, the Democrats, flipping it. Do you know what I mean? There's two sides to things. And if you want to call it, people go, oh, a white witch. And I saw something on today about that. And she was like, no, it just means, you know, there's stuff you don't do and there's stuff other people do. And that's in life anyway. There's good people and there's bad people. And that's how it is, basically. And if, I mean, to me, that symbol to me, yeah, I am a butterfly. I do flutter between different books, but it's good to have knowledge in different things. And I am going to talk about this more in depth. I see this sort of stuff as knowledge that we don't really learn. And when you see that sign of the star upwards, and we all know what it is that way, and that's what them lot, you know, worship. It's for the elements: earth, air, fire and water and spirit. There's nothing freaky about that. You know, the elements in nature. Yeah, it is. But people get scared off by that, and I don't think they should be. It's more like, which way around is it? This way round. The goat's head. See the goat's head? The devil. Because as we know, these ones we've learnt of even in Q, they revert. Is it revert everything? Everything's upside down. So like the Pope, sometimes they have crosses that are upside down. It's not meant to be upside down. Yeah, fear of the unknown. If people aren't, yes, thank you. They stole what they do. These ones of evil, these elites, is anything good they get. Yeah, the Baphomet head, yeah, they get, so this sign, they get this, and they turn it upside down, and they use it that way. They get the cross. They turn it upside down. We all know it's evil when it's the wrong way around, and that's who walks around with an upside down cross on? Chelsea Clinton? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they need to get their own damn symbols. They can't even think of their own. They've used things and they normally turn them upside down. So when people see signs like that, they get scared. That is nothing to be scared of. It's just scared of the unknowing of like what it is. But yes, there is, I don't like saying occult, but there is a dark occult and there is a light occult. Good and bad, dark and light. You know, good and evil, whatever you want to say. So I just wanted to say that because I'm going to do a big chat on it. And when I came onto that and all that and everything, that's why I have crystals in my house and stuff like that. Mystics. Yeah, it's just, it's all this stuff again I've been talking about, even through Q, even if you don't know who Q is. we're not told the truth of who we are, but we are more than what we know we are, and we are, you can say magical, we are our own creators, we are light, energy, vibrations, sound, frequency, and that is in them sort of books, but people learn it in there. Starseed tribal body paint art, I'm into. Yeah, all this stuff that we're they put the veil over so we can't see properly, or they try and twist it and make out it's bad. See, when you get films like Harry Potter and all that, I do love them sort of films, but they do throw that out there to me, I think, at younger kids, because they all think it's trendy. So they're all like, oh, I mean, most of it's more like they want you to go consuming, you can go to Harry Potter World, whatever it is, and you can buy the ones and you can buy all, the stuff from the show, and you get this and you get that. But trying to activate our light bodies, exactly. But they do it in a way of they want consume, consume, consume. And also, they might get some children going on to the other side of the bit of the dark side of it. Kids can go that way and get brainwashed with different things that way. You choose your own path at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to say. But there's nothing wrong with certain things that look like they're scary, because I'm sorry, some people who are religious will say, oh, it's this, it's the thing of the devil. It's actually not. It's from nature. To me, it was wise people. They work from the earth, so they'd make things like this. Like, what's scary about that? Using things from the earth. It is, like I said, if you've just come on, it's orange peel, dried orange peel, it's chamomile flowers, and a little bit of lavender. It's a herbal tea. They used to make medicines. Probably stirred it around in a cauldron, do you know what I mean? And then they're made out to be, because normally witches, in films and stuff like that, they're made out to be, the ugly witch and the nasty witch, and some of them are good, but they're normally bad, aren't they? We know in films and that yeah, they turn everything the wrong way round. Everything that's meant to be evil is probably not. But like I said, there's two sides. There's two sides. Remember the film The Craft? But you've got to be careful as well, because it is messing with frequencies and stuff like that. So it is one of them things, you can get yourself in trouble if you're doing certain things that aren't good. That might sound crazy to some people, but like I said, I look into lots of different things and read different books on stuff, and yeah, exactly. Why did the church burn all the witches? I wonder. But then again, I guess we'll never know the truth, because they always just have lied to us, don't they? But in my head, I've always seen them sort of people as the wise one. Yeah, what would they say? A wizard for a man and a witch for a woman. Wise man and wise woman, living off using things from the earth, herbs and stuff. Because think about it, you make things like that, and people make herbal remedies and stuff like that. What have we been seeing a lot lately? Well, you might not have been seeing it or hearing it, but I've seen it, where a lot of what they called herbalist medicine people have been killed and resigned. And that's why I said Gran Torino does a great channel where you can see all these resignations worldwide of what's going on in the world right now, of all big different corporations, and a lot of these people who've died and stuff, there's a lot of people who are into herbs and medicines and a lot of stuff like that. They've been killed, or funny things have happened, because I wonder why. Like I said before, because it's from nature and we should be able to do it ourselves, but they want us buying big pharma crap, don't they, that keeps you ill. That's all it was years ago. It was just like an old-fashioned way of sticking your herbs in a pot and making something that made you feel better out of the stuff that's given to us out of the earth that is free. But like I said the other day, no, they want us consuming. Consuming, consuming, consuming. Yeah, well, it does for some people, and some people it doesn't. Everyone has their own little, like, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, everything sort of thing. And it just depends. It depends if you can expand your thinking as well, because I'm sure I'll get people on here going on and waffling on, like they do when you're talking about stuff that people don't know about or care to look at. Like, some people will read the Bible and never read anything else, and it's like, you can read other stuff. Yep, there's lots of things in Q that are biblical, but also in there is other stuff, and every religion around the world, and I'm not religious because we know about religion, you know, it was the word of God. Every religion around the world has little bits of everything the same, even that sort of stuff. It's all mixed up into one because, like I said, they hide stuff. It doesn't mean anybody's right or wrong. And to me, it's my truth to me because nature's one of the best things you can be out in. It helps with a lot of things, stress and stuff like that. Thank you. You know, and I've done this myself. My things fell away from me, and this is one of the things I am going to come and talk about. I think it's probably going to be a weekend job because it's going to be quite a big chat, I think. Yeah, religions are different from belief, faith, and spirituality, yes. And it's just a chat, like, people don't have to get dead arsey about it. If you believe solely in this or solely in that, it's nice, but this is what I say about expanding your thinking. Even Cure said that. To expand your thinking, there's lots of lost tablets out there, lost artifacts. And we're trying to get the truth, and it's not all just to do with one book or one thing. There's lots of things going on. And like I said, we have been hidden from the truth. We have been hidden from our magicalness. That's what I like to say. Spirituality, our spiritual selves coming into our physical self. We are our own creators, and that has been stolen from us and hidden from us. So, yeah, it's what I'm going to come and talk about because I'm seeing a few people on YouTube sort of slating these sort of people who believe in this sort of stuff that I've done before anyway. And they've got to sort of know, you know, don't push it too far out there because that's not all people on that side means then people are evil. It depends which side you're on. You're either on the good side or the bad side. You're either on the dark or the light. Mother Nature is my sanctuary. Exactly, Mother Nature is my church. That's what the tattoo was. It's Mother Nature. Mother Nature can heal in a lot of ways also because when you're in nature, you're with the elements and you're with the frequency of elements, and we all work off frequencies and light and vibrations and everything. Like when we say everything is one, plants and animals and stuff like that, when you're out in nature, all hold that same vibration and light and frequency, so it affects us as well. So that is a thing I'm going to talk about with all the sort of other stuff that's going on, like one big mix up. But with that, because it's not a bad thing, people, it's how people use it. If you came from a bad family that were all murderers or whatever, all these, you know, elite bloodlines, it's up to you really to choose if you want to do that or not. It doesn't just mean because, like, you can come from a bad family, you can't, people can be born into families that they don't really, you know, who've had bad mothers and bad fathers and things like that. And then when they grow up, you know, they're totally different to their children because you can't choose what family you're born into. But I know it's hard when you're a child, when you're in that family to sort of do what you want to do. But once you've left, it's up to you how you want to take your life and how you want to be. You don't have to be, like, I'm sorry to say, some people are religious or not religious. Some people leave the family and they become religious, or the other way, the family were really religious and they become unreligious. You know, it just depends. It doesn't mean just because you're from that family of whatever is going on there that you have to follow suit. Like some of these really dark occult families, these elites that do all the nasty stuff, I'm sure there's people in that. Well, I've seen it. I've seen a woman on Twitter, I can't remember what her name is, she's trying to help with getting this stuff out because, you know, a lot of them are brainwashed as well, but you can choose to step away, especially if you get that chance to step away. Well, each to their own, each to their own. It's all in one to me. You know, I believe God is God's source, and I don't believe it's a man sat on a cloud, but I believe in God. I'm not religious, but I believe it's a source. We are all from a source, whatever that may be. But that's another thing I'm going to talk about. But that's to you, and this is to me, and that's what I'm saying. It's not about having arguments with anyone. It's just about, you know, it's what people believe in. But sometimes people do get freaked out about certain signs and symbols. As we know, they use certain signs and symbols. A lot of the symbols they have stolen, old symbols anyway, that were seen as good, but they've twisted them or turned them upside down and turned them into something else. And we want our symbols back, you see. So I'm going to go and have my herbal tea that I made by myself. because it's really nice. It's quite a sleepy tea as well. And if you fancy it, just get yourself some chamomile flowers dried. I dried some orange peel out. It's really nice. It's got a little bit of lavender in it as well. Hot water. You get one of these strainers off eBay. It's got it inside. It sits in your drink, you know, strains it all out. Honey in it. Really nice, warm, comfy drink, especially because it's starting to get colder now, especially in the UK anyway. So, yeah, I get a hay fever, but I always sort of get a bit of the sniffles. It never turns into a full cold. It's always just the sniffles. I don't take medicine for anything anyway, really. I've got other stuff I try to take. So yeah, so I hope you all sort of got what I was trying to say there. But yeah, I'm going to try and put a good sort of spiritual big chat on for maybe weekend or something. I'll have to rev my energy up for it. Yeah, it's really nice homemade tea, really, really nice. And this jar was actually, because this is how I always get creative for stuff, I save stuff. This jar was a coconut oil jar, because I use coconut oil to take my makeup off, coconut oil to, like a moisturiser on my face. I'm 41, I think it's doing the job, really. Don't have to buy expensive face creams. Washed it out, and it did have a little tag on it, and then I just saved it and put it in there. So I wish we had smell-o-vision weed, yeah, because it smells really nice. So yes, yes, I'm going to be talking about Saturn. Look around that on YouTube, and just some other good stuff. And I think I'll just pull a card while I'm at it, because you all know I like my cards. Some people say these are evil. You know, my what are they called? Oracle cards, but it's not. It's yourself. It's your intuition that actually does it for you. You know yourself anyway. But we'll just see. I'm just looking forward to Theresa May's meeting. I'll probably see that tomorrow with Trump. The Cav thing, you know, and all the, I always say it wrong, visitors come over here, you know, because a lot of people think it's not connected, but it is, you know, everywhere. It's just amazing waiting for this. So, I keep saying low battery, but it's plugged in. Yeah. And see, hope and happiness. I've always said, you know, if you don't have hope, you haven't got anything. Q. Yeah, for our struggles is not flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil. Exactly. There's realms, like I was saying yesterday. Okay, I will. And it's not just physical, it's spiritual as well. The spiritual evil forces. There's always yin and yang, people. Right, I'll just do one for you. Maybe I'll do one another day for somebody else. These have got butterflies on as well. I like these because they've got pretty pictures. Blackpool represented. Getting it on tomorrow. Make it a good... Yeah, I've got my popcorn in, people. I've got my popcorn in. I hope they don't let Cav go again, because it's getting ridiculous, where I think someone's just going to have to step in and do something, because they can't keep going, oh, this person come up when we know really it isn't. Ooh. Let love be your beacon. Ooh. It's all about the love, people. So, I'm going to go, because I'm really, really tired today, lacking in energy today. Yep, it is a spiritual battle, believe it or not, peeps. Like I said, it's not just the physical. I mean, it is, but it's also the spiritual of, you know, what they're trying to take away, or, well, the things they've hidden, and what the, you know, they're trying to, they're always trying to poo-hoo God, aren't they? Or I call it God source, but they are always trying to do that. If you look in videos about that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take it away, people. Evil forces will be trying to put Tommy back in prison. Yeah, well, hopefully, if some things drop in, I think that might get blown out of the water in the end, with all the corruptness going on. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I hope that made sense. and the books are just like, be looking through the Notre Dames. Yeah, so, well, I can't read what you're saying. I look at it like, if they worship the devil and believe he exists, then God exists. Exactly. That's what everyone says, or, you know, the force of it, or whatever. If they believe in that, then surely God exists. So why are they trying to take that away? They don't want us believing in that, but then they believe in that. Duality is yin yang, but 5D is not. Yeah, well, there's lots of things, there's lots of levels, and this, that, and the other, and, you know, we're all trying to find truth, and in a funny sort of way, we all know nothing, if you know what I mean, in a way, you know what I mean. Anyway, I'll see you soon. I'm going to have a little rest, I think, for a couple of days, see what's going on and stuff like that, and having a bit of a look around, and then probably weekend, because I've got time for myself at weekend, no kids. So yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, as long as what you believe in's good, you know, there's lots of people believe in different things. It's not to say don't believe in this, but as long as it's good, it doesn't harm anyone, you're not doing any evil to anyone, and you're not harming anyone, then to me, that's all good. If you're living in those sort of, like, the word of God, you know, be good to your neighbour, don't do to others that you wouldn't do to yourself, then that's fine. But these people don't care. They are not bothered. So, yes, so I'll go and drink my tea before it goes cold, and I shall see you soon. Where we go on, we go all. Bye.